So we're really just focused on the home building, but we're actually pivoting in a major way this past year into a whole new model and a whole new brand of Haibitat homes, which we have actually created right here in Flagstaff.
Okay.
And we're calling them starter homes. So, being in the real estate world together, we know that for the last 30, 40 years, we stopped making smaller size homes. For some reason, in the 1990s, it became a norm to build 2,600 square foot homes, no matter what size your family is, right? And it was exacerbating the American dream. But our grandparents and our great-grandparents, they were living in modest 700 to 1,000 square foot homes. Their kids, maybe 3 or 4, were sharing a room, and that was normal, and it was comfortable, and it was all right. And a lot of times, Grandma and Grandpa lived in that small home too. So we just have to change the methodology about knowing, hey, we need to, first and foremost, create that inventory again of smaller scale homes so that way we can get younger adults into home ownership rapidly.
Yeah.
The big problem is as soon as we graduate high school, we're stuck with nothing but burdens. And by all means, when we're 18, 19 years old and leaving our parents' home, we're not adults.
Nah.
We're not financially responsible.
No.
And we don't have the knowledge as to making the right decisions on financial opportunities that are going to have major impacts down the road. So for instance, immediately we graduate high school and we go right into student loan debt. Then we go right into credit card debt. And then we're going and paying rent, which means we're not saving anything, right? We're just digging a gigantic pit that is debt. And so how can we change that? And if we have starter homes where even young adults can say, hey, for $1,000, I can own a home in Flagstaff and save equity, this changes my whole algorithm in life. I don't have to wait to save equity in my 30s or more likely in Flagstaff in my 40s and 50s and hope that in just those 2 decades of owning my home that I can actually pay down the mortgage, that I'll have that as a retirement plan. So we're really trying to change it with starter homes. And the biggest part isn't the scope and size of the home. The scope and size is based on the ability for us to afford to build more homes because one home for one family each year, not solving a problem. We have to build more, but more importantly, we have to build our inventory that's going to serve multiple families with just one home. So with starter homes, it's more of an investment program, and the way that we have it set up, and I love telling the numbers because this is a game changer. We have created the revolution in affordable workforce housing just right here in Flagstaff. So picture this. With a starter home, all you have to do is come up with a down payment of $1,000, and you own that home. No first, no last, no pet deposit, $1,000. After that, your mortgage payments are going to be at or below $1,000, with $833 of those dollars going to principal. That $833 times 12 months turns into a $10,000 equity savings every year starting year one. And so our homes are set up that you have to live in there a minimum of 3 years and a maximum 10. So instead of the forever home, bye-bye forever home.
Starter home.
It's about the starter home.
Yeah.
And so when that family wants to sell and then take that equity and cash it out, basically, they can only sell it back to Haibitat. It's deed restricted, where I'll refurbish and resell and start a new savings program for another low-income family.
Okay.
But that original family, if it's 3 years, I'm going to write them a check for $30,000. 5 years, $50,000. 10 years, $100,000, and I like to say a handshake, and you're out in the real world.
Yeah.
But we're giving them $100,000 of their own personal wealth to do that with no restrictions.